Hey, we back. I'm here on BTD6 once again, where we have round 4 of the tournament, which I'm not doing live because, oh boy, this takes a long time. I hate it. Everyone has been complaining about a lot of the tournament rounds, and personally, I've been okay with them, even round 2, because I had no chance of winning that if it wasn't cursed. But this one I will complain about. Now it's my turn. It takes way too long. Basically, the challenge, if you weren't aware, is to complete chimps on an intermediate map any way you like, but you have to get as many pops possible on the dart monkey, or technically as little pops possible on everything else. So you can't regrow farm, that doesn't help. Anyway, that's the idea. Now, I like this challenge idea because it's very similar to the 2 Megapops challenge, but it's not actually the 2 Megapops challenge because, of course, it's an unupgraded dart monkey. You couldn't possibly use it as your main DPS. Well, let me tell you, you can use it as your main DPS because here's the thing, middle path dart monkey exists, and that turns dart monkeys into super monkeys. The 5th tier turns them into plasma monkeys. 2 Megapops unupgraded dart monkey has been done already! So this is just the 2 Megapops challenge, and people that are good at 2 Megapops are going to be good at this. Who woulda thunked it? I don't do 2 Megapops. I kind of know the strat. You use Geraldo and you buffers every buff in the game on the tower that you're using. So that's basically what I did. As you can see in front of you, we've got our dart monkey there with all of his Geraldo buffs stacked up. Well, not the Jerry's Fire yet, that's going to become crucial because that'll just ease us through the mid-game. Anyway, that's the idea. Now, this is my first attempt. No, actually maybe my second attempt. It's my first full attempt where I got all the way to the end. And I have given another attempt since because this run is kind of cursed. However, I eventually gave up because it takes way too long and I wasn't successfully improving it anyway. You will notice a lot of issues with this run though because it was my first attempt, so it makes sense that there would be issues with it. For example, the alchemist ends up throwing a lot of potions onto things that I end up placing closer than that dart monkey. Like, look how smart I am putting the alchemist there. He can only see the dart monkey, but then I put stuff in his range. Used too much Geraldo stuff as well, wasted a lot of money early game. In my second attempt, by the time we get to this stage in the game, it's around 45, I had like 2k extra cash, just saved from not using Geraldo's like glue every round. But in this run I didn't do that, and this is the one that I'm submitting because it's my best run, so whatever. Anyway, other notable mistakes is using Geraldo's spinny blade thing on like 76 and a couple of other rounds because that gave Geraldo a bunch of pops, and even worse, I had to use the genie at the end. On round 100 I think that's fair, but I used it on 94 which is really not what you're meant to do. There's a lot of RBE on round 94 and Geraldo just kind of ate it. I'll tell you now that Geraldo ends up with over 250,000 pops, and that's mostly because of the genie at the end, so that's cursed. Anyway, I'll stop complaining about the run. The run is kind of sucks, but we get an okay score of almost 1.4 million pops on the dart monkey, so that's about 600k on everything else, which I think that's fine. I think that'll do. It's probably enough to get through to the next round. My opponent this time is someone in about 180th seed, so I'm hoping that's going to be enough. If it's not, then honestly good on him, because he did better than I did. What can I say? I am not playing this challenge anymore. I refuse, and getting 2 Megapops is hard. Anyway, the main issue with this run, really, is the fact that I never managed to afford the 5th tier. I did try, that was the plan, the 5th tier dart monkey that being. Yeah, I never managed to afford it. I couldn't save up enough money, and that was what I was trying to do with my reruns. Just save up for that dart monkey, spend a little less money. Maybe I don't buy the village, maybe I buy the ice tower a bit later on. We don't even have it at this point yet, but maybe I buy it later on. Or maybe I try and skip the engineer or one of the dart monkeys, the 4th tier ones, whatever. I tried a bunch of stuff, I couldn't save up for it. I know it's possible because people have done it, but I'm bad at the game, so I couldn't. The only other notable thing is the fact that you get to pick your map. So I picked this map. That's because there are 3 lanes, basically, that go past the Dart Monkey in that position, which seemed good. And also, you get a bunch of space at the end there to place all of your towers, support towers, like where I've got the Engineer, where I've got Geraldo. And they can, especially early game it was needed, they can attack the balloons if the Dart Monkey ends up missing them. But the Dart Monkey gets priority on all the pops. They go past the Dart Monkey 3 times before they go past Geraldo and the Engineer once, you know? So that's why I've got all my towers back there, except I also kind of don't, because if you notice the 4th tier Dart Monkey can see the track when MMOBs go past. There's a lot of cursed things about this run. It sucks. It just sucks. The Engineer also isn't within the range of the discount villages, which suck. Whatever. You get the point. Anyway, I shall shut up now, and I hope you enjoy my run. Alright, and there is the end. We've defeated the bad, as promised, with the genie, which is awful. But there you go. That's all of the challenge complete, with a reasonable number of pops on the Dart Monkey. You can see me just going through all of my other towers here. Ice Monkey got too much. The Boomerang got too much, both 100k each. And then, of course, Geraldo got way too much because of the genie. You may notice I don't actually click on the genie at the end. This is because the genie's pop count is included in Geraldo's. So he has the 250,000, and the 2 genies that I spawned in, one that's still there and one that despawned itself earlier, their pop count is included in his. So we've got everything there, and I shall be ending this video here. Bye!